Gauteng Human Settlements MEC Lebogang Maile is at the Diepkloof hostel in Soweto this morning, and this is together with City of Johannesburg officials, and it follows yesterday's violent service delivery protest as hostel dwellers demanded the provincial government to address their plight. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile and Madlala is there. Nqobile, we are of course listening to the MEC share his thoughts on developments. Let's listen in and then hopefully we'll do a quick Q&A with our reporter at that location.
Happy with us, but they want us to act. That's why you heard them. They said, no.
Well, yes, Iman, at this very moment, MEC Maile just briefing the media about the issues that are faced by the human settlement. And I want to bring him in right now to speak to us. Sorry, MEC, can we just take you? You're live on Newzroom Afrika currently. Can we just speak to you about the issues that you've just highlighted at this very point? You say there is a backlog, which you, of course, you are aware of. But tell us a bit about this backlog. How do you know about it? Have you been looking into these issues highlighted here at the hostel?
Yes, certainly. Thank you very much for having us. As I've said, the backlog is huge in the province. We've got at least 1.2 million people who need houses. But what is important is that the needs of these 1.2 people are not the same. Others need houses to rent. Others are working, but they're not earning enough so they can get into our subsidy program. Others are people who are poor, who can't afford to buy houses, so that's why we can afford to build free houses for those. Others are saying they want to build houses for themselves and we must give them land. That's why we've got the rapid land release program. So we do have a solution, but what is being raised and what is clear here is that the community is saying, yes, we can see you doing something. We have seen you have brought people here, they've made assessments, engineers, they've given you reports. We know that we need at least 20 billion to deal with bulk infrastructure in all the hostels here. We then said we don't have 20 billion. We then said let's reduce those priorities to at least 3 per hostel. We need at least 3 billion in the immediate. So they're saying that's not enough. You are not moving fast enough. We want you to move with speed.
So what can we expect then, MEC, going forward? Are you coming back with solutions?
Yes, certainly. We are meeting with the leadership on Thursday. We will ask the mayor to join us at the MMC so that both spheres of government are here and we are able to say what is realistic and what's not. The good thing is that the financial year of the province is starting now in April. The financial year of the city is starting in June. So the things that we can be able to do, they will be able to find expression in the budget. However, we don't just want to deal with this hostel in isolation. There are problems. In Kagiso hostel is a problem. Mamelodi hostel is a problem. We don't want to wait until there's a protest. We will beyond the Thursday, because the Thursday issue is about this hostel. By next week or so, we would want to meet with all the eaves and donors in all the hostels so that we deal with the hostel by hostel with the municipalities and be realistic in terms of what is it that we can do in the immediate, in the medium and in the long term so that we become proactive.
Thank you very much, MEC. That is MEC Maile. Of course, he came to see the people here in Diepkloof hostel and also to see the sort of conditions that they live under. Iman, you have seen some of those broken buildings. We know that the hostel is quite old, and the major question that has been asked around the maintenance and whether or not the hostel does fall under the city or falls under the province. We have heard from him, of course, explaining to us that there's about 65 hostels, and so the budget needs to be big, but also at the same time he's saying that the housing also needs to be looked at not just provincially but also in the municipality, which is why this meeting becomes very important, because the answers can then be from that angle. And of course, some of the issues that have been highlighted has been water issues, which are some of the things that he says that even though it's not in his sphere of work, he says it will be addressed when they do have that meeting. But we are, of course, going to keep you updated in terms of what goes forward.
Nqobile Madlala, thank you very much. Live for us there from Diepkloof in Soweto, highlighting some of the issues there. Some of these hostels are at least 60, 70 years old. So these are historic issues that they are raising with the city.